You know, all of us that love the outdoors, we gained our passion for the outdoors, most of us by somebody teaching us about it when we were a little kid. If that was our dad or our grandpa or a friend or another family member, we fell in love with the outdoors as a kid, and this episode is all about the next generation. Well, a great way to introduce kids to the outdoors is turkey hunting, and in 2015, staffer T.W. Norman took his son on his first ever turkey hunt in Iowa, and his son is appropriately named Trigger.
We're out here today and we're gonna pattern their shotgun. We got it set up on the tripod. We've got it loaded, well, it will be loaded shortly, with some heavy shot 20 gauge shells, and we're gonna try to blow up this cardboard target that I made and let you see the artistic candor that we're throwing together there. Gobble, gobble, son. Anyway, we're gonna try to get these boys to where they're used to shooting this gun, so when a big old gobbler comes up going, they'll be able to pull the trigger and lay him down. You boys ready to shoot?
Yeah!
Knuckles, baby. Give us some knuckles, man. Yes!
Yes!
You hammered that sucker!
I got hurt in my hand!
Yes! Woo! Here we are, we're done. And from the looks of this target, I'd say these Iowa birds are in trouble if either one of these Norman boys get on them.
Who's gonna shoot a turkey this morning?
Me.
What are you gonna do if that turkey gobbles in your face?
Shoot him in the mouth.
Shoot him in the mouth. And we got Pawpaw down here to go on Trig's first turkey hunt.
Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. You got him, Trigger. Trigger, you killed your first turkey. Trigger. Trigger, you killed that turkey. Trigger.
I killed it! I killed it, Mama! I killed it!
You blowed Trigger. You killed him.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Trigger. How old are you?
First bird.
5.
He's 5 years old and he killed his first turkey.
Well, in 2016, TW decided to take Trigger back out again, hoping to get his second bird in as many years.
When I'll shoot our second turkey, we'll share how.
The good Lord's will.
We're gonna-
big ones.
Well, we've got birds. They're still around. I think they're in this timber right here. We're gonna keep trying to hammer on these birds, see if they'll respond again here.
Do not pull it till it dies. Okay, pull it. No, not yet, not yet, not yet. Run your finger on the trigger. Don't pull it yet. It's okay. Pull the trigger. Just wait. And, you know, and just understanding that God has made all of this for us, and just to enjoy what He has made, and just the joy that it brings us as friends, as family, as followers of Christ, and we got to do it again, didn't we, buddy?
Sure.
Give me a kiss. Love you.
Oh,
Love you, buddy.
Love you.
Well, 2016 was a great year for the Norman family. Now that Trigger has his bird, TW's going out hoping to get Trigger's older brother Titus a bird of his own.
Hey, high five. Have a big hug and kiss, or what? Love you. Yes.
Well, those are some great memories for the Norman family, but it's not just dads who are getting out taking kids into the woods and hunting. John and Jacob Cornish are taking out their younger brother Joshua, hoping to get him a bird in their home state of Michigan.
We're driving around in the truck with the turkeys. We came over to Doubles and across the cornfield, and there's like 10 turkeys strutting. And so we decided to try to go get one. So we cut down the big field and we're walking home.
There's like 6 giant toms out there.
There's turkeys over there, and we started calling, and they just looked like they were just gobbling but not moving. And Jonathan was over there with a decoy in front of him sitting around, and so they started coming over as he was calling. So they're walking over right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
See if you can manhandle this thing back to the truck.
Oh man, that is heavy.
Well, on a Sunday morning turkey hunt for the Cornish family, well, it means you gotta wear your Sunday clothes underneath your camo.
I'm ready for Sunday. My pants are a little wet.
Well, this past fall, the Cornish brothers actually drive down and meet me in southern Ohio, and we're going hunting with our good friend Rick Hastings, hoping to find one of these big bruiser Ohio whitetails. Ladies, he's single. Day 2 here in Ohio. We saw a big buck this morning. Weren't able to get him on camera, but we're gonna kind of move into slash observation area slash maybe catch them filtering down to these fields. It's been hot. It's gonna be 70 degrees at sundown, so it's not great conditions, but we're gonna do the best we can. All right, it's after you, buddy. Well, we saw a lot of great young deer in Ohio. We just never saw a big shooter, and Ohio continues to be a nemesis for us. But later in the year, our buddy Rick was able to go hunting with a young girl in his community as she tries to take a deer with her crossbow.
I shot a buck last year.
With horns.
Yeah.
Or with meat.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, what an unbelievable experience for that entire family, and a big congratulations to Olivia on a giant Ohio doe. You know, I'm so thankful I had men in my life who taught me to hunt, but unfortunately it wasn't my dad who had the opportunity to do that. When I was a little boy, my dad actually passed away from leukemia, and he was gone before I was old enough to actually go on my first deer hunt. Well, this past season, my son Matthias was old enough for his first hunt, so we're gonna head out to the range and do some shooting to make sure he's ready for the upcoming season. All right, deer season's a few weeks out still, but I got Matthias here. We're gonna get a little bit more comfortable with the gun, do a little bit of shooting. We're using a Caldwell Field Pod actually, which is perfect for him because a gun, even a small model like this, a youth model, is still a little bit big for him. So allows him not to have to hold it, and you know, he can really focus on his aim and just getting the trigger pulled. So, buddy, you ready to do a little bit of shooting? All right. Huh? Maybe? We're gonna have a good time here. We're gonna make sure he's ready to go so that when opening day rolls around, he can get it done. All right? Well, we have a little honey hole in southern Oklahoma, and youth rifle season has rolled around in Oklahoma. So me and Matthias are headed out. We're gonna put out some buck blitz, and hopefully he'll get a chance to pull the trigger on his first deer ever. We're sitting in a spot where we've killed a lot of deer over the years, so we're hoping to get it done today. All right, buddy, you ready? We'll see how it goes. Well, we haven't been in the blind 10 minutes, and we already have some does coming into the buck blitz, but Matthias has no interest in shooting does. Well, it's an absolute zoo in front of us. I mean, we have deer in front of us pounding the buck blitz, and finally, a little buck steps out, and Matthias says, I want to take him. So now we just have to wait for this buck to give him a shot. This is a pretty special moment for me because I didn't get to go on my first hunt with my dad. So this is really special for me. I'm glad I got to be here to take you on your first hunt, buddy.
I want to go get him.
Give me all right, go get him. Give me a big hug. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I love you so much, buddy.
Hey, what's this stuff on the ground? Here. What was he eating? Was he eating buck blitz?
Yeah.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
He's dominating that buck blitz, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is an incredible day for me. How about for you? Matthias just hammered his first buck ever, high-shouldered him, dropped him in his tracks. Well, you know what? There were some incredible memories made in this episode. Really some memories that these kids will never forget.
Satan, your kingdom must come down.
You know, I'm so thankful I had an uncle and a grandpa who made sure I got to hunt, that they taught me about hunting and fishing. And matter of fact, that was one of my dad's last requests. After he passed, we found a note that he had written, and it was addressed to the man that my mom would someday marry. And in that note, my dad made some final requests. And one of those requests was, would you take my little boy to the woods, and would you teach him to hunt and fish? My dad goes on to say, would you take him to the ball field and teach him all the rules, and take him to the gym and teach him how to play sports. But my dad ended that note by saying, would you take my little boy to church and would you teach him about Jesus? You know, in that letter, my dad left 3 requests. One was for me to be passionate about sports. My dad loved sports, and it's something that I love too. And my dad loved to hunt and fish, and he wanted me to have that passion, which I obviously do. But more important than any of those things, my dad wanted me to know the Lord. I love Matthias. I love that he loves sports and that he loves to hunt and fish. But more than anything, as his father, I want him to love Jesus. In Ephesians 6:4 says, fathers, don't exasperate your children. It says, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. You know, dads, it's our job to teach our kids about Jesus. I mean, it's great to take them and teach them about hunting and fishing and sports. Great quality time. But it's our job to show them Jesus. And if we're not doing it, then we're missing the mark. So here's the deal, Dad. We want to encourage you to show your children Jesus, not through just words, but how you live your life. If we can help you, pray for you in your walk in fatherhood, go to our website, send us a message, shoot us a message on Facebook. We want to help you be the father that God's called you to be. We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you next week.